Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Peachy and this is Plant and Style. In today's video, we're going to delve deeper into the captivating world of Anthurium Emergents. Join me as I uncover the nuances behind Anthurium use and discover the secrets of its darkest foliage. Anthuriums are renowned for their diverse colors, ranging from the vivid reds and pinks of their emergence to the rich greens and dark, velvety purples of their hardened foliage. But what factors contribute to this stunning variety? The colors of Anthurium leaves are determined by a combination of genetics, environmental conditions, and pigmentation. Chlorophyll, carotenoids, and anthocyanins are the primary pigments responsible for their vibrant hues. Anthocyanins in particular are fascinating pigments that can produce a range of colors depending on their concentration and pH levels within the plant cells. They give rise to the striking reds, pinks, and purples seen in Anthurium foliage. Among the myriad of Anthurium colors, it's the deep purples that often capture our attention. But what makes these varieties stand out and which one yields the darkest foliage? Anthuriums with deep purple foliage typically contain higher levels of anthocyanin pigments, resulting in their intense coloration. When fully hardened, these leaves exhibit the darkest hues among Anthurium varieties. The velvety texture of mature Anthurium leaves enhances the depth and richness of their color, creating a captivating visual display in any botanical setting. Here are 10 examples of Anthurium emergents that I have in my collection. The first one is this Anthurium nigrolaminum Gigi, and I got this from Ecogenera. And what I like about this emergent leaf is its glossiness, as you can see, and its shape, which is very different from my mostly heart-shaped anthuriums, which is good for hybridization. It gets deeper green as it gets older as well. I think it is just magnificent, don't you think? I absolutely love it. The next Anthurium does not have a current emerging leaf, unfortunately, but I just wanted to highlight this beauty because it is currently stunning and it has given me the longest leaf so far, and I am just mesmerized with this one. So easygoing. This is, by the way, the Anthurium wendlingeri, another one from Ecogenera, and this one traveled so well. It did not lose a single leaf from the acclimation process, and it has the most beautiful and vibrant red emergent leaf, which I will insert a picture right here on the side. I am very excited about this plant because so far it's liking my ambient condition and I'm not complaining at all. Look at that. Gorgeous. It's like leathery pendant leaf. It's my most favorite pendant anthuriums so far because I've killed my vitarifolium already, and then my paludiflorum is acting up, constantly acting up on me, and this is the only pendant anthurium that has worked well in my ambient condition so far. So she's here to stay once again, Anthurium wendlingeri. The next emergent leaf in my collection is this beautiful queen anthurium, or the Anthurium warocqueanum. As you can see, it is a deep green emergent, and it continues to darken as it matures. This is another leaf that has grown under my care, and this plant came to me with two leaves, and those two original leaves has already fallen off during the acclimation, and that is very common with imported plants. They tend to lose the leaves that they came with, usually, at least in my experience. This plant lives in ambient condition now, right here on the shelf, and this so far is the second leaf that it has grown under my care, and I've probably had this for a year now. So imported plants takes a little longer to get healthy, to acclimatize in your environment sometimes. Okay, the next two examples that I'm going to show you are from the same plant parent, and these are the Anthurium Doc Blocks crossed with papillilaminum. So they are hybrids. The first one right here has this emergent leaf right now, which is very similar to its sibling, but when they mature is when they become different from each other. Here is the first one and this second one. I think it's fairly obvious that this one right here on the right is way more dark than the one on the left. Isn't that interesting? These plants came from the same parents, but as you can see, definitely look different from each other. And which one is your favorite? Most of us will probably say this one, but I am keeping this one as well because of the variety, and I'd like to see how they mature, and that's why I have both of them. I started both of these plants from a two-leaf seedlings. The next variety that I'm going to show you is my hybrid, my beautiful hybrid from North Shore Tropicals, actually. This is a hybrid of Dark Phoenix crossed with Indo Portillae, which I think they originally got from Space Hijau is the Instagram, and its emergent leaf is reddish brown, just like that, and then it fades into this beautiful dark, more like leather texture. It's not velvety, but very dark, deep green foliage, and I think it is so beautiful. I find it very mysterious and masculine, I think is the term I can give it. Very, very happy in this medium. This is Lechuzapon that has leca in the mix because this was recycled Lechuzapon from another plant, obviously, and as you can see, it's got some beautiful root system right now. It's currently very, very happy in its current environment, which is behind me, the Anthurium cabinet. And I like to keep a layer of leca at the bottom so I know how much water or nutrient water I want to give in this vessel. The next one is already in a hardening stage, so it just passed the emergent level, but it is definitely worth the share because it is just glorious. This plant is another easygoing plant for me, and it's currently in ambient condition now. It's on my shelf and it is thriving. This is the first leaf that it grew outside of the cabinet. So it graduated from being in the Anthurium seedling cabinet, and this is its newest leaf. So gorgeous as an emerging red leaf as well. The back still has the red purplish hue right there. And then this plant will darken into a luxurian look mostly. Oh, I forgot to say, this is the Paplux, the Anthurium papillilaminum cross with luxurians hybrid. This video will be incomplete without sharing you one of my favorite anthuriums because of its shape, its cuteness. Look at how adorable this leaf is. This is Anthurium King of Spades that I got from my collaboration with Aeroid Market. Such a chubby, cute little leaf. Although it's very slow to grow, I've only grown 2 leaves and I've had this for a year already since importing them. I've got it with very little leaves, I think 2 leaves as well, and it's sized up quite well, but I really hope to get more leaves from this plant, and it seems to have a hard time keeping more than 1 leaf at a time. As you can see, I had to trim off the crusty edges on this previous leaf. I think it's a maturity thing. I definitely have seen other people's King of Spades with more than 2 leaves, so I am hoping to crack the code on getting more leaves from this plant, because how adorable is that? It is the roundest leaf anthurium in my collection, and that's why I have to show you, because it is just wonderful, don't you think? Once again, Anthurium King of Spades, or the Anthurium HU, which stands for Haji Uli. The next variety that I'm going to share with you is my pride and joy. This is my Anthurium luxurian, part of my very first import from Ecuagenera. I think that's it 3 years ago now. And not only does it have an emergent leaf, it also has its first inflorescence. I cannot believe how far this plant has come from me. I got this plant with 2 little leaves, crusty little leaves actually, and this one is the biggest that it has given me so far. Very easygoing, very tough plant, easygoing but a little slow growing. But now it has reached maturity finally. So beautiful. The Emergent is chocolate in color, and it's also glossy, and this one has an overlapping lobes as well. I've heard that the first couple of inflorescences are usually weak and shouldn't be pollinated, but I think at least I'm going to collect the pollen. The next variety is fairly new to my collection. I actually received this month, March 3, and I got this with 2 others that are mostly crispy, to be honest, and I have trimmed off all the crispy leaves. So These plants are finally acclimating to my environment, and this is one of them. This is my Fairchild Crystal cross with Anthurium warocqueanum. Look at that variety. Look at that venation. I don't think I have one like this. So I think it is very, very interesting to see. The emergent leaf has pinkish red and it's got a neon green venation as well to start. And the fact that it has Anthurium warocqueanum, the queen Anthurium, in it is absolutely beautiful to see. Yeah, I'm very, very curious if this new leaf will harden to be more of elongated like the Anthurium warocqueanum, because that's what I'm hoping to get from this particular plant as part of my crispy Anthurium rescue. So I got these plants to hopefully rescue them, and because they also are very beautiful varieties of Anthuriums that are mostly expensive if you were to get it healthy and thriving from another source, you know. So this one right here is a variety of Anthurium carlablackiae, and this is the first emergent leaf under my care. And when I say rehab, this is what I meant, how they looked when they came to me. And I didn't want to cut this guys yet because I'm gonna need their help to make this particular leaf beautiful. I mean, hopefully it's already showing curling behavior as you can see, but hopefully it will expand beautifully. Also is showing a lot of venation, as you can see, like that. So it's difficult to see how pretty it is currently, but I am loving the pattern that I'm seeing, especially on this one. So I can't wait to see a beautiful, perfect emergent leaf or a fully hardened leaf from this plant. So it's a work in progress, but I just wanted to show you that. And then another one from the same batch is the reason behind making this video, actually, because I just wanted to show you this emergent leaf. Oh my god, and it also has a new inflorescence as well. And by the way, this is Anthurium kunayalense cross with papillilaminum. This one came with crispy leaves as well, and I've chopped like I think two of them, but they were a lot crustier than this one. This one has crispness around the edges, which I think is just a sign of underwatering. These plants might have dried up for a little while, but I am very, very excited. Talk about purple hues. This is the only purpley leaf that I have in my collection, in my Anthurium collection anyways. And what I learned about them is that the more purple they are, the darker their foliage they become when they harden. Such a stunner. I am looking forward to pollinating this or hybridizing my Anthuriums with this plant. How exciting. Once again, the Anthurium kunayalense cross with papillilaminum. The next one is a seedling that I got 1 year ago, and I got this with 2 little miniature leaves as well, and I got this as a freebie from a friend, and oh my gosh, how gorgeous it is now. Its emergent leaf is reddish purple in color and very dark, but it will harden into a beautiful veiny dark leaf, just like this one. This is, by the way, Anthurium red crystal from Tezula cross with Doc Block. Very beautiful seedling, and it lives in a cabinet currently, but it's on its way into growing into a big specimen because that's what they do. The next plant is very exciting for me because it took a long time for this plant to grow another new leaf. And without further ado, this is my Anthurium Ace of Spades cross with papillilaminum, and I got this locally, and it's also giving its first inflorescence right now, which I really have no plans on pollinating whatsoever. It also just reached caterpillar stage, which is so exciting. This one came to me as another rehab, and look at how wonky it's growing right now, but I don't really care because this one has another one of those very dark and bumpy with very little veination as well, so very stunning. Look at that. I got this for the way it looks, and I believe I have a date here. Yeah, I got this in October 22, 2022. So yeah, almost 2 years now. And look at how many leaves does it have. Very slow, definitely, but that is because it took a hit from spider mite. I think it's finally happy and it's finally maturing. So another plant that I'm truly happy to have and excited to mature in my collection. So it sits on top, just right there, and in ambient under Saltic Highlands track lights. Very good for these plants. I think they love it. And last but not the least, speaking of dark foliage, I have struggled to care for Ace of Spades under my care, and so far I have already not killed but just haven't grown 2 different varieties of Ace of Spades. But I recently received a cutting of Tezula Ace of Spades dark form, and this is not only the dark form, but it is also a narrow form. This is a clone cutting, and it's still in water just because I want to put it in pond, but I want to make sure this leaf doesn't die on me. So I am playing it safe by rooting it and trying to grow some water roots, which is currently happening, as you can see right there. So it's getting there. So I want to grow it a little more before I transfer it into pond. But oh my gosh, look at that leaf. Very exciting. Look how dark that is. Very close to being black. Hopefully this one would grow for me because my other 2 are now in the prop bin. Yeah, so anyways, last but not the least, this is the Anthurium. I know there's no emergent leaf in here, but I just wanted to show the colors. In conclusion, Anthurium emergents offer a spectrum of colors, each a testament to the intricate workings of nature's palette, whether it's the fiery red or the tranquil greens or the deep blue purple hues. These remarkable plants continue to captivate and inspire plant enthusiasts worldwide, and myself included. And there you have it, guys. If you like this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, hit that notification bell down below so you'll be notified when my future video drops. Again, thank you all so much. I appreciate every single one of you, and I hope to see you on my next video. Bye!